Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. I'm Justine and this is my mum Sharon.
Hi everybody.
And we're from Swim Style Patterns. Today we're going to be taking you through how to make your own pair of bike shorts that you can wear for active wear.
So this is a nice simple pattern, and if you're thinking about sewing swimwear, I recommend you try this first before you go into sewing swimwear.
So if any of our viewers today are familiar with Swim Style Patterns, we actually have an existing pattern called the Easy Crop and Shorts. That's our active wear pattern, and we've just recently updated that to include an additional pair of shorts that is middle thigh length, and that's what we're going to be taking you through today. So let's get started.
Right sides together, pin and stitch front to back at the inside leg seams. Stitch with your medium zigzag or use your overlocker or serger. If you're using an overlocker or serger, remember to stitch in 1 centimetre or 3/8 of an inch in from the raw edge. You will be trimming off some fabric as you sew. At this point, both leg sections are right sides together. Turn one leg section right sides out. Slide and insert this leg into the opposite leg section. Align the crotch edges. Match the double shaped notches at the centre back seam. Continue to pin the seam edges together from the back to the front. Now you can stitch the leg sections together at the centre front and back seam. Turn the short section right sides out and place aside. Place the waistband right sides together at the short ends and then pin and stitch the short edges together. Now to prepare your waistband. It's worthwhile marking quarter points on both edges of the waistband. This prevents it from twisting when you sew the edges together. Find and mark the quarter points and mark each with a pin or a small clip as I am doing in the video. Make the seam the first quarter mark. Make sure each clip is no longer than 5 millimeters or 1/4 of an inch. Fold the waistbands right sides out, bring the lower edges together to match marks. Pin raw edges together. This will make it easier when you attach the band to the short section. Stay stitch raw edges of the waistband together to match the quarter marks. Cut your length of elastic by referring to the chart provided in the instructions. You can use 6mm wide or 1/4 of an inch wide elastic. For more support, choose a wider width up to 10mm wide or 3/8 of an inch wide. We are using the 6mm wide or 1/4 of an inch wide elastic here. Pin the ends of the elastic together by overlapping the ends at a total of 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch. Stay stitch the raw edges of the waistband together to match the quarter marks. Then stitch the elastic together at the overlapped edges. Remark your quarter marks on the waist edge of the shorts and waistband sections if required. Divide your elastic into 4 even quarter points. Mark these points also. Pin the raw edges of the waistband to the short section at the waist edge. Match the quarter point marks. Pin the raw edges of the waistband to the short section at the waist's edge. Match the quarter marks right sides together. Stitch the waistband to the short section and stretch the band just enough to meet the quarter marks at the waist section. This shot shows elastic pinned to the seam allowance of the waist seam on the underside of the band. We have pinned the elastic to the seam allowance, matching the quarter marks. Stitch the elastic to the seam allowance. Stretch the elastic evenly and just enough to sew the short section. You only need to stretch the elastic enough to reach each quarter point. You can see here how I sew the elastic to the waist seam. By sewing it to the underside, it will be enclosed when you turn the band upwards. You can see here I have overlocked or serger stitched the raw edges of the hem. Then I have pressed the hems under to the wrong side by the width of 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch. I will now stitch the hems and top stitch the seam allowance of the waist seam. Flip the waistband facing down and top stitch to the lower side of the waist seam. This step is an option and you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Stitch the hems in place and now you have finished your pants. We're using a medium zigzag stitch here. You can use other decorative stretch stitches also. It's really up to you. Trim your loose threads and light press under a low heat iron. I always find it best to test your iron heat on a scrap of similar fabric before pressing your freshly made activewear bike shorts.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, can you please make sure you press the like and subscribe button below. It really helps our channel. And like I said before, we'll link all the relevant links below, including our pattern. Thanks, and see you next time.
Happy sewing, everybody. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.